Following up right behind Apocalypse, who had just smoked Magneto's boots, is not an easy task. At the midpoint of X-Men 97 Season 2, there was bound to be an episode for us to calm down and regroup before going back up the roller coaster ride. You don't typically maintain that level of high after an episode like that. Using this moment to finally give us a Wolverine-centric episode will never be a bad thing. I realize I'm saying that as a Wolverine fanboy, but I cannot and will not stand by while anyone tries to reduce this episode as filler trash. With that being said, I'll just get this out of the way and say that even with my Wolverine cape on, yes, this was the weakest episode of Season 2 thus far, okay? But does that really mean that Weapon X, Lies, and DVDs still wasn't a fun episode? I got a weird schedule. I'm off work on Wednesday, so I get to watch these X-Men 97 episodes as they drop, as if it's a Saturday morning, and I use them as a pre-workout before hitting the gym. But I already know how some of the discourse for this episode is gonna be like online. I can already see this being the Jubilee episode from Season 1 all over again, and I will not stand for it being called trash. I'm not having it. At some point, we were gonna get a Wolverine-focused episode. You had to have known that. For everyone who has Wolverine fatigue or just straight up don't like him, I'm sorry, but too bad. We got 5 episodes deep into Season 2 when we already had to wait 2 years between Season 1 and 2 to finally get a Wolverine episode. Trust me, you'll live. Now then, is this a filler episode? Sure, aside from Logan regaining his adamantium to be a more destructive force to do what he does best and help fight against Apocalypse and all the bullshit he has cooking up, it doesn't exactly move the plot forward. This isn't a plot-driven episode like how the 4 previous episodes were. But is this filler episode a bad thing? Short answer, no, not entirely. Though it does expose a deeper issue I have with not just this show, but shows overall for quite some time. That issue being that seasons are too damn short now. Season 2 was just a jolly 9 episodes. That's even an episode shorter than Season 1. To use one of these 9 episodes that doesn't move the plot forward, understandably feels like it's a bit of a waste. If this season was like 13 episodes, I would be more biased and would be fanboying even more. But with such a short season, I understand wanting every episode to mean the absolute most. Hell, the pacing of these episodes are off the charts, as it's trying to do as much as possible. And to be fair, the show has been doing a pretty damn good job at it. But to still say that this episode was ass, no. Unless you just don't like Wolverine, I'm not letting you get that shit off. In this episode, we got Lady Deathstrike, Sabretooth, and Omega Red. As a Wolverine fanboy, this was some top tier fan service for me. I get Logan lying to everyone so that they can tag along with him on the mission, but it's hilarious that Logan seriously got Sabretooth to join. Hours after finishing the episode, I still couldn't wrap my head around it. If I'm Logan, I don't want to have to rely on this man at all. I also gotta say though, this has to be the most understanding and helpful version of Sabretooth that I've ever seen. It's uncanny just how cooperative he was in this episode, even despite him going against the plan at the end for a quick moment. Speaking of hilarious, it's funny how Kane just straight up died here. It gave me Deadpool 2 vibes when everyone jumped out of the plane. Also, random side note here, but I still don't understand how the hell she's able to wipe. I know I'm supposed to turn off my brain here and not question it, but bathroom time has to be uncomfortable, cyborg or not. The best moment of the episode besides Omega Red, and boy, we don't ever get enough of Omega Red, was when Morph was trying to reach Logan's mind. It's sad as hell that he himself wasn't able to reach out to him and keep him grounded for just a second, but as soon as he turns into Jean, Logan is able to momentarily snap out of it. God, that has to suck for Morph so damn much. And then you got Yuriko looking at Morph at the ending with the, "Yeah, he broke my heart" two face after seeing how hurt Morph was. Also, I just absolutely love it anytime Wolverine can use his claws against anything besides robots. When that happens, I'm always satisfied. I feel like within a filler episode, it typically wouldn't hurt to give a little character work to the character that's being focused on, but let's be real, and this could very well be me talking with my Wolverine cape on. But how much more character development do I expect from a character who is centuries old at this point? Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe it's because I've consumed a whole bunch of Wolverine media, but for one show, I'm not gonna be tripping if he doesn't get the best arcs. You know, at the end of season 1, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna go and do some feral Wolverine stuff for season 2. But no. This season is dealing with the past, present, and future, with Apocalypse being at the forefront. I feel like even if the show wanted to have a decent character arc for Wolverine, it's difficult to pull off when you only have 9 measly episodes to do it, unless your name is Magneto, who they've done an exceptional job with over the course of 1.5 seasons. A proper arc would require more Logan screen time, and he hasn't had much of it prior to this episode. But again, I'm not mad at it. Back in my day, live-action TV shows used to have 24 episodes a season. Animated shows had closer to 15 episodes. 2 or 3 filler episodes didn't hurt back then, but now it's the damn near end-of-the-world crisis every time we get these short-ass seasons. Partially because people call everything filler if it's just a little boring to them, but that's an entirely different conversation and can of worms that I just don't want to get into right now. Don't get me wrong, I like having a season that's super focused with little to no fat, but I'ma be real. Loving X-Men 97 as much as I do, I wouldn't be mad at a sprinkle or dash of filler. It's more X-Men content, and I would never complain about more X-Men content within this animated medium. Filler only becomes a problem when there's an abundance of it, to the point it feels like you're walking through quicksand just to get back to the plot, as if we're on some Naruto bullshit. Before I end this video, I just want to point out that for Wolverine to go back and willingly go through the adamantium procedure, considering all of the trauma, pain, torture, and brainwashing that came along with it, he's goated. If you take nothing else away from this video, please understand that we need to bring back longer seasons for shows, even if that means waiting a bit longer for releases. We need to bring back fun filler episodes again. Filler isn't as evil as many people would have you believe, and this episode along with Jubilee's episode in season 1 are still good episodes. If you don't agree, argue with the wall. It's kinda fucked up how Wolverine lied to everyone and ended up getting Kane and Maverick killed when they simply could've just been chilling at home.